Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel fired brave warning by Charles Leclerc. Leclerc will race for Ferrari in 2019 after being signed from Sauber as Kimi Räikkönen's replacement. The 21-year-old is expected to be the understudy to Vettel as he challenges Hamilton for the World Championship. Hamilton won his fifth world title this year after beating his Ferrari rival by 88 points. But Leclerc aims to be challenging at the front of the grid and has vowed to bring home the trophy at his and Ferrari's home Grands Prix in Monaco and Monza. Pressure? No, I do not feel it, Leclerc said at an awards ceremony in Italy. I feel the support more and I must say that I am happy. My goal is obviously to do my best and respect the team's expectations. I will have at my side a driver like Sebastian Vettel who will be an important help for me to grow and learn. He is a wonderful person, as well as a great driver, and I got to know him when I worked at the Maranello simulator and he thanked me for the work I did. Going back to my goals. It is clear that racing for Ferrari I would like to win a couple of Grands Prix, such as Monaco, my home race, and Monza. But I cannot imagine what it will be like to race in Italy as a Ferrari driver. Leclerc tested his new wheels on the Abu Dhabi track following the last Grand Prix of the season. And the run-out made him all the more excited to get the next chapter of his career underway. The car is fabulous to drive, he said. It was a great honor as well as a great emotion. Obviously we are talking about a test, it does not make much sense to talk about performance in absolute terms, but the feeling was immediately exceptional. Next news: Verstappen not worried about Honda unreliability. Max Verstappen says that he is not worried about Honda's potential unreliability next season, claiming that he would rather the engine be consistently quick and unreliable than always slow. Red Bull switched to Honda power next year, ending its long-standing relationship with Renault. The relationship between Red Bull and Renault has deteriorated in recent years, leaving Red Bull to take the decision to sign with Honda, who supplied power units to Toro Rosso in 2018. The Honda engine has made gains over the last 12 months but is still not up to the efficiency of the likes of Mercedes and Ferrari. But as Verstappen is aiming for more race wins, he is hoping that the engine is more powerful than the Renault of late. I think this year has already been pretty good, he told Sky Sports F1. They have taken a lot of engines just because they could, because they were at the back or something happened. I prefer, maybe, to win a race and then blow up in one than be consistently slow. It all looks very promising but I want to be realistic, added Verstappen regarding the 2019 season. First, we still need to build a car, and then the engine should be reliable as well, and powerful. Next news: ex-F1 driver Massa hit with a raft of penalties on FIA debut. Venturi's Felipe Massa was hit by a number of penalties on his Formula E debut in the inaugural Adria E-Prix. Ex-Formula 1 driver Felipe Massa's Formula E debut was marred by a series of penalties handed out during the inaugural Adria E-Prix. The Venturi driver made a strong start and was challenging for the lower reaches of the top 10 in the early stages of the 2018-19 season opener in Saudi Arabia but finished 14th on the road after receiving a drive-through penalty due to his team failing to adhere to the Formula E Season 5 Battery Software Implementation Guide version 5.1. Massa was one of 5 drivers voted to be recipients of Fan Boost, though the Brazilian was handed a 5-second time penalty for activating the system before the 22nd minute of the race, which is the earliest time it can be used during the new 45-minute plus 1-lap race format introduced for Season 5. The former Ferrari and Williams Grand Prix driver also fell foul of using 150 kJ of energy instead of the permitted 100 kJ limit while fan boost is being activated, meaning he was hit with a second-time penalty worth 25 seconds, the equivalent of a drive-through penalty. As a result, Massa, who also received 1 penalty point on his license for the misdemeanors, fell to 17th in the final classification. Massa's in-race drive-through penalty was for the same offense made by Techeetah pair Jean-Eric Vergne and Andre Lotterer, who were also punished for the infringement. The race marked a difficult start to life in the all-electric series for the drivers entering Formula E as rookies. Former McLaren F1 driver Stoffel Vandoorne started in qualifying but dropped to 16th in the race, 1 position behind Formula 2 graduate Maximilian Günther and 2 places ahead of BMW's Alexander Sims, while 2018 DTM champion and Vandoorne's HWA teammate Gary Paffett failed to finish after crashing out. Next news: Hamilton's secret seat fitting revealed for 2019 F1 Mercedes. Mercedes has revealed a short Instagram video story in which Lewis Hamilton is shown preparing his cockpit setup for the 2019 season. Both 5-time and reigning world champion Hamilton and teammate Valtteri Bottas were at the team's factory in Brackley this weekend for the team's Christmas party, and both are shown meeting children and their families from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Before that, Hamilton is shown in a mocked-up chassis, turning the wheel from lock to lock, as his engineer says he has some real estate to play with during the seat fitting. This procedure will define his driving position in the real 2019 car, and ensure he doesn't have any problems once the W10's design is committed to being laid up in carbon fiber. Meantime, Bottas explains what he's been up to recently. "I've been at the factory again, had a really good 2 days, with lots of good information to go through, been reviewing a bit about 2018 and starting to move into 2019. I've been in a simulator as well, just prepping. Saw the new car and the wind tunnel, which was really cool. Very exciting for the new year." Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.